Guys, I made a dry fire timing app. You can get a copy of it. I'm going to let you do it with almost no strings attached, but let me explain all of the background. Stick around. I often get my students to do some dry fire work, and over time I put them on the clock to do it. It would be cool if all of them went out and bought like a Pocket Pro timer or even a Kestrel, but you're talking about costing anywhere from $80 to several $100s. And that is an investment that a lot of brand new to the game shooters don't want to invest in. And I understand that. So what I ended up doing oftentimes is I'd tell them, hey, go find in the Google Store or the App Store an app that lets you do some sort of dry fire timing, i.e. the ability to do a start beep and a stop beep with a variable in between those two beeps that you can set so that you can figure out how long it's taking you to do a set activity and then keep reducing it, hopefully, until you can do it at a reasonable amount of time. The problem is this, is those apps come and go. Sometimes they want you to pay for them. Sometimes there's a limited amount of time. You have like 30 days and then they want you to pay, or maybe they want you to pay up front. And I didn't really want to put people into that trick bag. That seemed like kind of a pain in the butt. At one point, one of the students in my class was like, hey, I know somebody who's an app developer. Do you want me to have them develop an app for you? And I was like, yeah, heck yeah, do that. But then I never heard back from them. Super frustrating. Now, I'm not a programmer. I've played in the IT world before, but let's just say play. That's probably the strongest set of terms that I can use. But after a lot of frustration not being able to find the right app or one that I could continually tell my students to download, and or the promise dangled of, hey, I'll hook you up with this timing app, I said, you know what? I can do it myself.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Now, it wasn't the easiest thing, guys. We're talking like, I had to do some real learning. There were a lot of starts and stops, a lot of hacking around, beating at the freaking computer, but I finally made an app. I personally made an app. Well, I should say me and ChatGPT made an app. But I completely built it, compiled it, put in graphics, put in sound, and it's pretty bare bones, guys. It doesn't want any permissions. It doesn't send away any data. There's no ads, nothing like that. All it does is allow you to set a start beep, and you can do a variable if you want, in case you are one of those jump the timer kind of kids. But you can set that initial beep time, and then you can just set the interval in between the first and second beep. And you can set it to whatever time dimension you want, which is one of the reasons why I put a stop function in there, so you wouldn't have to kill the app in case for whatever reason you put like a billion seconds in there and you didn't want to wait that long. I totally understand that. Sometimes people get fumble fingered. But like I said, at the end of the day, I made the most simple app possible that just gives you time with an audible signal so that you can work your dry fire, draws, reloads, whatever you want to work, pistol, rifle, shotgun, doesn't matter, but it gives you a discrete time. Now, right now, it's not available in the App Store, and that's kind of the hurdle, because I want you to try it. I want you to try it. Every single one of you watching this video, if you want this app, I want to give it to you. But the problem is this, to get it into the App Store, it needs to be tested, and tested not just by me, but they want like a volume of people to run it through a test. So I have to get a list of people to put in there and submit a test, and it has to go for at least 2 weeks, I do believe. So here's your chance to get this super fast and ahead of the curve for anybody else. But there's some other caveats, and so some quick apologies. One, you have to email me through a Google email, okay, Gmail. Two, you have to have an Android. And I know the iPhone kids are going, hey, what about me? And I 100% get it, but unfortunately at this time, I am not able to do app development on a Mac. Maybe in the future that will change, or maybe some gracious person who's set up to do that will jump in and port my code and set it up for Mac, but we're not there yet. So you've got to email me. Email me, please, info@greydogllc.com. Tell me you want to be added to the test, and I got you. This video should air probably Tuesday. I think today it'll be the 8th. Yes, Tuesday, April 8th. I'm going to air this video. If you email me by Friday, which would be what, the 9th, 10th, 11th, is that 11th or 12th? I'll send it out on the Saturday. If you email me before Saturday morning at 0600, and what will that be? That would be the 12th. Yes, April 12th at 0600. If you email me before then, I will put you on the test. You'll get a link. You can download this app and you can try it. And there's really no strings attached other than please just use it. Just, I don't care if you don't do a ton of dry fire, but just like download it, install it, hit start, like play with it, see if there's anything that you can break. Like I said, I've tested it on my phone. I've tested it on an emulator. You've seen me doing it right now. That was with my app. If there's any problems, let me know. Email me back. If you have any great suggestions for how to improve it, let me know. Now, let's just be real clear, guys, that if you're wanting some crazy amounts of additional functions or features, it may be beyond my ability to do, especially in the near term, because remember, I am the most beginner junior of programmers on the frickin' planet. I am not really heavily into app development or code, and if you want to get into the nuances of versions and revs and a bunch of other things, you may lose me real quick. I am just a poor guy who teaches people how to shoot, who wanted an app that would work for anybody and it would be free. And guys, if we can get this test done, I will put it in the App Store, the Google Play Store, and it will be free. Free of charge, free of ads, no cost to download, no subscription, nothing. Literally, you just download it and use it the end and share with your friends, use all you want. I fear that there's not enough people, who do dry fire. There are a lot of firearms owners out there, but not a lot of them who do dry fire. And maybe they don't have a good concrete way of doing it. And maybe at some point I'll add some more functionality to like, here's some drills you can do, et cetera, et cetera. Would it be cool if they had a Kestrel or a Mantis X or a bunch of these other things? Heck yeah, that would be awesome. But once again, now we're talking about price. So it starts to hurt people when it comes to that. And there's just more hardware, just more junk. Everybody's got a smartphone, guys. And so hopefully this finds a few of you who would be interested in this app. And like I said, guys, I really appreciate any help you can give me when it comes to testing this. If you know anybody who's got an Android phone, who's a shooter, or even somebody who's got an Android phone and they wouldn't mind downloading and testing the smallest of apps that does almost nothing, just make some beeps, that would be really appreciated. So help me out, help some friends out, and along the way, you get a free dry fire app, before anybody else can ever get it in the store. So I will end this here. I've probably talked long enough. Hopefully this finds you well, guys. I always appreciate your support. Thanks for watching up to this point. If you like my content, you like firearms content, gear content, and occasional other fitness stuff, please do like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, really helps. But as always, guys, I appreciate you. Did I mention share this with some friends? Thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Get 'em, Jay.